people made it seem like I was straight up like baiting to say the dude is racist. He's saying that only thing that black people can do is if they do calisthenics, it's because they went to prison. That's not what I was saying.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, Phil, shifting gears, man. What's up with this? This Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan video. You put up something. Shout out to Joe Rogan, man.
Big shout out to Joe.
Big shout out to Joe Rogan, man. Share this video. Send this video to Joe Rogan.
Send it to him. Send it. Blow up his inbox. Send it to his email. Whatever. Send it. Make sure he see this video.
Because there's a clip of you in that video.
Yeah. And he was baffled. He's like, look at the back. Look at this dude. This big guy doing muscle ups clean like that. Yeah, that's what Irvin does. I can talk like that because that's what I do. You know. So in all humbleness.
So listen. Then I was watching your video and Santino, what's his name? Santino?
Yeah, Santino.
We ain't no beef with you.
Nah.
But it was some things that you said that, Felix kind of, you kind of struck a little nerve there,
Yeah, I wouldn't even say.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, and let's get into that because I believe that one of the videos that Joe Rogan was referencing was a video that he did with either. It could have been one or two people, but I'm almost positive because when he did the accent, whatever, it was an older guy, like all those kind of things were videos, that type of stuff, videos that he's done.
And it was about the prison.
Yeah, so I feel like he might have been referencing that video. Now, let's talk about that part where he was saying the prison workout stuff. Like I said, I paused the video at that moment when I'm like, that in and of itself isn't the crazy part. Why did I say that? Because I do understand that a lot of people who have gone to prison do calisthenics while they are in prison and they come out doing it. Exactly. That like Cali Muscle and my boy Gunby right here and what's the dude you just linked up with as well. People who there's a good,
shout out to Big Herc 916.
There you go.
Share this video. Send this video to Big Herc 916.
There you go.
Shout out to Moses Cuevas.
There you go.
Moses Cuevas is another one.
Okay. See, so I'm not discrediting the fact that a lot of people, or ignoring the fact that a lot of people who've been to prison use calisthenics. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, I in particular can't talk about that because I haven't been to prison and haven't done calisthenics in prison. So I can't talk about that. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, we have a man right here. He can talk from his experience. What I'm going to say is I feel like the way the demeanor, like I said, I could be wrong. It's just the way I was reading it, and based on the hundreds of comments below that video that people left, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't the only one who felt that way. People were like, yeah, he sounded he sounds strange the way he talking about it. So my thing was like, Joe Rogan kept trying to say like, okay, but no.
Joe wasn't going for that shit.
Yeah, he was like,
Joe was neutral, and Joe really was
not even neutral. He was like, this is what I'm talking about.
Right, he was like, focused more so on the actual event of like looking at the amazing what was being done.
The hard work.
Yeah,
as an athlete himself, he's an incredible athlete as well.
Yeah. So now then my man was also talking about the genetics and shit.
Yeah, like he would just the way he made it seem is like, yo, I don't like race bait or anything. I'm just saying what it sounded like. And if you watch any of my videos, I'm super open-minded, no matter what. Like, I'm open-minded. I'm just saying the tone and the way he was talking just seemed like he was like trying to, but it's because of their genetics that they can do that.
Like it was all brothers because they
yeah, brothers. Like, come on, man. I'm just saying, am I wrong for saying it sounded a little bit strange? I wasn't even trying to dig. I wasn't trying to reach. I'm just listening to him. He kept saying stuff for like, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. It's like you're trying not to see the perspective of Joe stating like, no, these are like calisthenic guys who work hard, they train hard. Calisthenic guys who work in the park.
Let's slide up a little
Yeah,
bit.
calisthenic guys who work in the park. So that was where I'm kind of like, it was strange to me, and I had to make that video. Number one, I'm like, it's cool that we were featured in there. Yeah. And number two, he kind of rubbed me the wrong way in some of the stuff he was saying. So that's why I made that video. But as far as I do understand, people in prison lean more to doing calisthenics because it's an easier thing to do than finding stuff to lift up and do that. Is that correct, or?
Well, where I was at, which was FCI Morgantown in West Virginia, we had a weight pit where we had all of the weights. You had a squat rack, bench presses, incline, the whole shit. And before you left, and all this was outside, and before you walked out of the weight pit, there was a pull-up bar there, the whole pull-up setup. And I remember, man, I never fucked with pull-ups before I went to the joint. And I was able to bench like 335 pounds on the flat bench, but I couldn't give you 7 straight pull-ups. And when I got into the first car I got into with these kids, no matter what day we worked out, it could be a leg day, chest day, back day, arm day, whatever. After we worked out for an hour or hour and a half, whatever it was, before you left out the weight pit, you had to hit 4 sets of 10 on the pull-ups. And that's how I got introduced to them. And then you had some dudes, that's all they did was push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. And in a lot of cases, they looked the best. You know, so that's where I saw the significance of it, and dudes educated me on it, man, that, you know, the calisthenics is gonna stay with you. It's gonna stay with you longer. You can take off 2 months, you know, from calisthenics and come back, and in 8, 9, 10, 11 days, you'll be right back to where you was at.
Yep.
As opposed to the weights, you take off 2 months of weights.
Always gain good luck.
You're gonna deflate. And yes, there is muscle memory. You will eventually get back there, but the process is a lot more arduous than what it would be with the calisthenics. So, you know, and then with me, you know, being fit over 50, I don't really bang my body. I don't really fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit,
the joints.
Oh man, we worked out, Felix, man. It was 24/7, 365. Whether you were injured or not, we worked out every day, man, and I had never knew that I could even do no shit like that. But that's what the fuck it was, man, and I stayed constantly injured, and now I just do the calisthenics, you know, I do the burpees, and, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, get all super cut up and shit. I look decent for, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool, I take care of myself, I ain't on no medication, never been in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And I believe I got the mentality I could work out with anybody. I might not be able to do a lot of the bigger
crazy,
like but shit like that. But if you want to talk about doing some push-ups or some dips or, you know what I'm saying, pull-ups, nigga, let's go. Let's take off. You know, I'm with it, man.
So at far, because like I said, I'm not, people made it seem like I was straight up like baiting to say the dude is racist. He's saying that only thing that black people can do is if they do calisthenics, it's because they went to prison. That's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying that whatsoever. As you hear, he just said you weren't doing no type of calisthenics before you went to jail.
No.
So there is truth to what he's saying. I'm not saying that. That's more so like the deliberate, his deliberate kind of tone to ignore the fact that no, like it didn't have to be like going to prison. The fact that they're doing calisthenics is what it sounded like he kept trying to push.
But then he kept referencing Santino.
Yeah, Santino.
He kept referencing like this is other dude that does these prison workouts in the park. He kept saying that. Now I don't know who he was talking about with that. You know, that could have been me too. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. But
you have the prison style burpee.
Right. So I mean, I don't know, but I thought it was awesome, man, that they showed Hannibal on there. They showed the pull up. We had the pull up park jam. Y'all was getting that money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it really was an excellent look and an excellent plug for the calisthenics community. Shout out to Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem. Shout out to 161 Park in the Bronx. Shout out to Wingate Park in Brooklyn. Shout out to Weekway Park in Newark. Shout out to Lincoln Park in Jersey City. And shout out to Eastside Park in Patterson, man. All these parks that I filmed, 144th and Lenox, World's Fair Playground in Queens. You know, I thought it was a beautiful plug for all of us,
Absolutely.
Man, that, you know.
And then time out the all of us part. That's another thing I think is important to highlight on, because I feel like a lot of people believe that there's not enough room for everyone to be on top or recognized for what they do. That's not the case. Now, for example, like my main focus for like wanting to do YouTube was being able to do stuff with my friends, like film with my friends, link up with my friends, and do things like that. A lot of people who I encourage, like, yo, let's get on YouTube, Team Semi.